Okay, so while our Rice Krispies cool off, we're going to go ahead and work with some of our fondant. Now I colored some fondant, orange and dark gray. And what we're going to do is we're going to create pumpkins and tombstones out of those colors. And we're also going to make some skulls out of the white fondant. So to make a pumpkin, just take a small amount of orange fondant. Push down slightly. And then you want to take this tool and draw lines in it. And it's a pretty basic pumpkin, nothing special about it. Now, this font is a little bit sticky because I just colored it. So it's the tool is sticking to it, so my fingerprints. So it's not going to come out totally perfect. But there's a basic idea. I'm going to go ahead and let the fondant dry out just a little bit before I make some other ones. And then for the stem, just take a whole clove and stick it right in the middle. Just like that. You can also use like a cinnamon stick piece too. And of course, feel free to make some, silly pumpkin shapes as well. It's a cake, so like, how scary can a cake really be? So you might as well make it silly scary. And then after your fondant dries, you can pipe some faces on it out of the tempered chocolate that we're going to make. So that way you can have jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, and then to make the tombstones, what you need to do is use some graham crackers. Go ahead and break them up into their individual rectangle pieces. And then take some of the dark gray fondant that you made. Now, if it's really sticky, like mine is, go ahead and use powdered sugar. Otherwise, you'll just want to go ahead and use shortening like we always do for cakes. Okay, wipe off the excess powdered sugar. Turn down your fondant, and then just cover it like that. there you have a tombstone. Now it's still a little sticky, so it's not wanting to cooperate too well. But if you want to, you can always dip it in chocolate first or buttercream to help make sure it sticks. Or ice it with buttercream. You don't want to dip it in buttercream to help make sure it sticks. But all in all, you really don't need to. Just make sure that it meets along the edges. And then you can smooth it out after it's dried a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna pipe stuff on the front with the tempered chocolate, like, you know, rest in peace, R.I.P. or whatever. And don't worry about the weird, like, marbled look. The reason we didn't coat it the reason we're not going to coat it in white chocolate the way we're going to coat the ghost in white chocolate is because we want it to have kind of a, you know, a rippled look. So that way, you know, it kind of looks like a stone as opposed to, you know, very smooth and almost, you know, unrealistic. So go ahead and make, you know, as many pumpkins, skulls, and tombstones as you like. And when we come back, we'll go ahead and work with, let's see, the ghosts next. Okay, so the water for our double boiler is boiling, so we're going to go ahead and reduce it to simmer. And we're going to take some of our white coating chocolate. Remember, this is not real chocolate. The cocoa butter has been removed and replaced with vegetable oil, so it's much easier to work with. We don't have to temper it. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to dip those little Rice Krispie balls we made and coat them with some white chocolate. Okay, once all your white coating chocolate is melted down, go ahead and take this off your stove, and you're ready to dip your puffed rice little balls that you put on popsicle sticks, or lollipop sticks. Now I also reshaped the balls a little bit and put them back in the refrigerator. That's why I lost one of them. But just make sure that they're nice and condensed before you start dipping them. So what you want to do, just dip it in the chocolate all the way down to the stick. And just let it set up, just like that. And the reason you go all the way down to the stick is to make sure that they won't slide off. It'll help act like a glue. Okay? Then once you finish your last one, move the first one so that way you reduce the chances of a foot setting. And a foot is just, this one's not going to be safe. The foot is just the chocolate dripping off, and it's creating a flat piece. And it won't make our ghost look all that round. You can also cut the foot off with a sharp paring knife as well. So go back and touch them up if you need to, just like this, make sure the coating chocolate is touching the lollipop stick, and put them in the refrigerator to harden up. Okay, so I just finished covering one of the ghosts. As you can see, I stuck it in some styrofoam, and I'm going to let it dry in that position right now. The white chocolate dried on or set up, I should say, on the Rice Krispie treat lollipop thing that we made. However, it didn't dry or set up as round as I wanted it, so I just took a small piece of fondant to help round it out. And if you want, you can also roll out a thin piece of fondant to help make it smoother too. So to make the ghost, all you really need to do is just roll out a piece of fondant and then just drape it over the ball. Okay, dust off any excess powdered sugar. Then just drape it over the lollipop as so. And then you can arrange the draping however you want. And that's pretty much it for the ghost. When we get the chocolate tempered, we'll pipe a little spooky face on it and to help finish it off. So we'll just let it dry like this for now. Now that our brownies have cooled down, we're going to go ahead and take them out. To do that, run a knife along the edge of the pan. Make sure you pay real close attention to the corners. Put a sheet pan on top, flip it over, and it should pop right out. Now we have our delicious brownie cake. Or cake, brownie. It's just a brownie. But we'll be serving it like a cake. Now we're going to work with the flat side, or the bottom as the top, because it's nice and flat. So don't worry about it being flush to surface. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and temper the chocolate. Now we're going to use the chocolate for a lot of things. We're going to brush the side with some tempered chocolate to form a nice chocolate surface so that when we glue our fence on, it has something to hold on to really well. We're also going to use it to pipe the lettering on the tombstones, some faces on the jack-o'-lanterns, the faces on the ghost, and last but not least, the ornate fence that we're going to pipe around it. So we need a lot of the chocolate for a lot of the things. So why don't we go ahead and get started and temper our chocolate.